Hi, in this movie we're going to go to the movies and put together a project. I'm going to take a YouTube video and I'm going to put myself into the YouTube video. So I've chosen Psy's Gangnam Style, and I'm just going to click share, and I can set a start time, but that doesn't seem to work that well. But anyway, I'm going to copy that link, and then I'm going to go to keepvid.digital, and I'm going to paste that link in and click download. And then it starts analyzing it, and then I'll have an option to download it. Is this legal? Well, generally speaking, you can use, as long as you use a short section of YouTube video, you're usually okay in terms of copyright. And if you're doing it for a school project, you're covered by something called fair use policy. So I'm going to click on download here. I'm going to download it as an MP4. So it goes loading, and depending on the size of your video, that might take a while. And you can see it's gone to my download folder at the bottom here. So it's downloading that MP4 file. So now I'm going to go and open After Effects, and I'm going to edit that footage in After Effects. After Effects is now loading while my YouTube video is downloading. I've also gone in front of a green screen and I've filmed myself. I did it kind of selfie style, so it was a bit ham-fisted. The light wasn't good, so there's kind of shadows on the green screen. It's not going to be pretty. Trust me, it's not going to be pretty. Once Adobe After Effects has loaded, you click on New Project and New Composition. And I'm going to call mine Psy Movie. And I'm going to keep the defaults. So I'm making, actually the defaults are a bit bigger. So I've made the width here 1000. You can change it. So as long as it says lock aspect ratio, if I change the 500, it adjusts the height to be in the same ratio. So I'm going to make it a kind of smaller window. And the reason is just to keep the size of the file smaller. The frame rate, I can keep it. Generally speaking, if you anything you don't understand, keep the default value. Defaults are what suit most users most of the time. So I'm going to click OK, and you can see you've got a little window here. That's where your video shows. That's like the screen. Over here is your timeline, and you'll notice it's marked in seconds. So it tells you when things happen, when a bit of footage starts, when it ends. And over here is where you put your assets, like images or video footage or sound files, and you can add them to the timeline, bring them into your movie from here. On the right hand side, what you've got is effects. So this is where you can do things like, you can see blur and distort and keying and all of that kind of stuff. So let's start. To begin with, what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to import the video. So I'm going to my downloads folder, and you can see here's the Psy video that I downloaded, and here's some video footage that I made, that I filmed with my pretty poor camera, which is why the quality is not so good. And I go import, and it brings those two in. So you can see there's the Psy video and there's the video I made. So step one, let's take that Psy video and we just bring it onto the screen. And then if you press spacebar, you can see that it starts playing the... Now it might be bad quality, and I think if you change the settings here from full, you can go to sort of like half, and that'll speed things up. So the video, and I can also use this slider and slide along to where... Okay, let's say I want to start there. So I positioned my indicator there. That's where I want to start the video. So now what I want to do is I want to split this layer up. I want to split it into two parts. One that I throw away and one that I keep. And you can do that either by going Control, Shift and D. And you can see what it's done. The bit I want to throw away, and then the bit I want to keep on top. Okay, or you can go Edit, split layer. Control, Shift and D is the shortcut for that. Now to get rid of this layer, if I just click on that layer and I go Control X, or I go Edit, Cut, then I will get rid of that layer. And I can just move that now to the beginning. Now I need to find out where I want my video to end. So I'm going to make a very short video, and I'm going to end my video there. Maybe there, let's say. So in any case, go to about 20 seconds. So you're looking at about a 20-second video. And then again, what I can do is I go Edit, Split Layer, and I've now got two bits, the one I want to keep and the layer I want to get rid of. So the layer I want to get rid of, I just go Edit, Cut, and I've just got the little bit of footage here that I want to keep. Now I've got to bring myself into the video. So I go to where it says me, that's my video, and I'm going to drag it onto the timeline. And you'll notice it's underneath, it's at the bottom. So as I play this video, you can't see my video. So I've just got to move the top video underneath, and now you can see me, but I'm way too big. So I need to change the scale. And to do that, I just go to the video, so in the timeline here, I just right-click on the video I want to change, and I go Transform the Scale. So if that is 100%, I think I need roughly about 30. So the width is 30, and you'll notice because of this link, the height will also change to 30. Okay, I think that's about right. So I click the movement tool, and I'm just going to move myself into the bottom of the frame here. So I'm going to be on the camera over here reacting to the Psy video. And you'll notice my layer doesn't go all the way. So I could, let's just play that through and see what it looks like. Okay, so it's roughly going to go there, and then my one ends. Tell you what, I'm going to go onto the Psy layer, and I'm going to go Edit, Split Layer, and then get rid of the excess. So Control X. So me and the video will end at the same time. I just need to line that up just a little bit better. Okay, so that seems to work. But now I've got to get rid of this green screen, because that needs to be transparent. So how do you do that? Well, that's up here in the effects. So if you do this, you can go down to, it's called keying. You can go to where it says keying. But I'm just going to type in key, and you can see I've got image utilities. So I can go in here to, it's the key light spill suppression. That's the one I want. And if I go click on it, over here we've got the key light. And what I want to do is I want to choose my screen color. So I choose that little eyedropper, and I go and click on the color green. And it kind of removes a lot of that green. It hasn't removed all of the green. So let me go and try and click on some more of these colors. And what I'm going to do is the Psy layer, I'm just going to click there. I'm going to click the little eye just to remove it so I can see this a little bit better. And go and try and remove as much of the green background as possible. And then I'm going to click the eyeball again to put Psy back again. And it's not pretty. It's not the best, but I don't think it's, oh my God, it's not the best at all. It's kind of really weird. So let's see. Let's hit spacebar and see what happens. Oh my God. Okay, There's a lot of work for me to do there to fix it up. But if you want to find out how to do a much better job than this, go onto YouTube, type in After Effects, green screen, and you'll find out a lot of tips and little tricks and things to do it way better than I've just done it. Also, when you're filming the green screen, have lots of light to remove the shadows and things like that, and you won't have some of these awful effects that I've created now. Okay, how do you add text? Well, to add text, I'm going to go here and say, after about 2 seconds, let's say, I'm going to click on the T for text layer, and then I'm going to click on the screen, and I'm just going to type in SciMovie, and obviously in terms of the effects and things over here, you can change the size of the font, the fill color, you can change the eyedropper and so on. So you can try and set different text effects and so on. And if you use the movement tool, you can move it around, position it where you want on the screen. So that's how you would add text to the movie. And you'll notice that here it's got a long, if I want the text only to come on here, I would drag the two ends. So no text, text appears, text ends. And then at the end, I might put some credits again with my text. And play with the tools. Use YouTube to find out how to do things way better than I've done it. You need to save, don't you? So let's go File, Save As. So I'm going to save this document, and it's saving as a project. So I'm going to save it to my Documents folder. No, hang on. Let me save it to my Creative Cloud files. And I'm going to call it SciMovie. And it's going to save as a project, which means all the video files will be there. I can open it up and I can continue editing it. So if I were to go File, Open, an existing project, I would go to my Creative Cloud files and I would click it open, and it would look like this. But now I want to render the movie. So I go File, Export, Add to Render Queue. Then I go to the bottom here, and where it says Best Settings, if I click on there, I could change it to Draft and so on. I could change the best settings. I'm not going to do that. Where it says Output Module, I can change it to high quality, or I can go lossless and so on. And where it says Output To, I go and choose. Now I want it to go to my Creative Cloud files. So I'm going to call it SciMovie. So I just click Save, and then I go to the bottom here where it says Render, and I click Render, and you'll notice it's rendering. It's now created the file, and if I go into my Creative Cloud files, I should see the movie there. Let me do it this way. Creative Cloud files. And where is it? There we go, SciMovie. So if I go click to open the SciMovie, let's see what it looks like as a movie format. Wow, so excited. It can't play. Don't tell me that. The file type is unsupported. Okay. So back to the drawing board. I'd have to go back in and maybe change the type. So let's do that. Output module. Oh, it's still rendering. Sorry, I was too quick. It's still doing the rendering. So I exited it too soon. Okay. Once you've got that movie, please remember to, on Teams, upload the movie file. You need that movie file. Please, no links. I can't access it via your link because I don't have your password. And if it looks like this, that's absolutely fine. Doing the green screen absolutely properly takes a bit of time, takes a bit of learning, and what we're looking for is kind of quick start, that you're able to remove some background and that you